Hello, brother, sister. Welcome to Self Love Sunday. I feel absolutely honored that you have made it to this channel. Perhaps it is your first time joining us for a bit of a talk around trauma bond. Perhaps you are coming back. Either way, I'm so happy that you are here. Recovery from trauma bond is not an easy path, so I really want to honor you for the courage that it takes to take those steps, to seek the truth, to seek the validation of what really happened to you. And I hope you get something good out of this episode. I hope you get a better understanding so it is easier tomorrow and down the line to move forward with your life. Now, before we begin, I wanted to say something very gently and clearly. I am not a clinician, therapist, or trained professional. What I share here comes from a lived experience, deep self-inquiry, and the slow, honest process of healing from trauma bond myself. The space is not for diagnosing you. It is not about labeling your past, or it is not about blaming yourself or anyone else for that matter. It is all about understanding, softening, and remembering who you are underneath the survival. And if anything in this video stirs emotions, please know that nothing has gone wrong. Awareness can feel very tender, and I want it to land for you at its very own pace. So there is no rush. You are welcome here. You are safe here. And I am so happy that you are joining me. If you need to take a pause or a breath to come back later, you're always welcome to do that here. Okay? It's at your own pace. Now, let's dive in. Let's talk about trauma bonds themselves. They are especially confusing because they don't feel like abuse at first. They often feel like intensity, real strong closeness, fate even, chemistry of course, and deep, deep love. Many people in trauma bonds are deeply loving, intuitive, loyal, empathetic women. And men, of course. Nothing about this means you are weak or naive or broken. It means that your nervous system learned to associate love with survival. So, today I want to talk to you about 9 patterns that often feel like love but are actually signs of a trauma bond. And I hope this gives you some sort of clarity, okay? And as you listen, I invite you to notice everything without judgment. You don't need to agree with everything as well. And take what resonates, leave the rest. Because let's remember, it is at your own pace that things need to move forward. And also, even if you don't agree with some of the points, but some other ones resonate, you shouldn't dismiss what you're going through, because often we are looking for that perfect description, perfect list of things that are happening to us, and if a couple of points don't match, we automatically may try and dismiss our experience because, okay, these don't match. That probably means that I'm making things up. Maybe it's not as bad as I think. But let's dive into the trauma bond patterns deeper so you can actually see that your feelings are valid. What you're going through is a real thing. Okay? Sign number 1. Anxiety feels like chemistry. In the trauma bond, the butterflies often aren't excitement. They are actually anxiety. A real life example. You think about them constantly. Your heart races when they text you. You feel unsettled when you don't hear from them. And there's a constant sense of anticipation or unease. This can be confused for passion or spark, but healthy love feels grounding, not destabilizing. Love doesn't keep you and your nervous system on high alert. Okay? Pattern number 2. You'll over explain instead of feeling understood. So in trauma bonds, often you feel like you're explaining yourself constantly. Real life example, you replay the conversations you two had in your head all the time. You send long messages trying to clarify your intentions, often in response to their silence or one-word responses, or the responses to the most insignificant part of your long message. Does that resonate, right? That happened to me. You often may feel misunderstood and work hard to be seen correctly. In healthy love, you don't have to convince someone of your goodness. You are met with curiosity, not interrogation or silence. Pattern number 3. You wait for emotional permission to relax. Your body doesn't fully relax until they are okay. Example, if they are in a good mood, you feel safe. If they are distant, irritated, or silent, your body tightens. And sometimes it may feel even impossible to endure. Yeah? And let's not forget that even if they are in a good mood, they might have taught you that that's not a guarantee that something won't happen down the line, that you're going to have to start guessing, what did I do wrong? Like, we were fine. The day was going well. And then suddenly, boom, everything shifts. That means your pace becomes conditional on their emotional state. And that's not love, my love. That is emotional dependency shaped by unpredictability. Pattern number 4. You'll feel guilty for having needs. In trauma bonds, the needs feel like burdens. Example, you hesitate to ask for their reassurance. You minimize your feelings. You think, I don't want to be too much, or I don't want to start a fight. Because often, in the past, you might have learned that whenever you try to speak about your need, it is met with coldness, with why you're trying to cause a scene, why you're being dramatic, why are you trying for us to start an argument, right? No wonder that your needs might still start to feel like burdens. Healthy love welcomes needs. It doesn't punish you for being human. Let's make that clear. Number 5 of our patterns. Emotional highs and lows feel romanticized. So the pain and pleasure become intertwined. Yeah. Example, the makeup moments feel absolutely euphoric. The closeness after conflict feels intoxicating. And you start believing love has to hurt to be meaningful. This is actually intermittent reinforcement, not romance. Consistency may feel boring at first if your system is used to chaos, but consistency is where safety lies. Yeah? Pattern number 6. You believe that love requires endurance. You pride yourself on how much you can tolerate. That definitely was me. Oof, this one hits. Example, you stay because everyone has flaws. Or you stay because they have been through a lot. You stay because you see their potential. But love is not proven by how much pain you can survive. You don't earn love through suffering, okay? Number 7, being chosen after mistreatment feels very special. In trauma bonds, the crumbs feel like a proof. Example, after being ignored or hurt, a small gesture from them feels huge. You feel relieved rather than respected. Does that sound familiar? So this creates a cycle when mistreatment lowers the bar and survival becomes mistaken for love. Number 8, you automatically blame yourself during conflict. They don't even have to do the work anymore after a while. Your first response will be self-doubt. Example, you think to yourself, maybe I am too sensitive. Maybe I did cause this. Maybe I'm misunderstood. Unhealthy relationship plant a seed in our head or in our body that you should blame yourself for whatever happens. Very sneaky way of trying to actually avoid who the main problem is. This is all like reversed, right? The toxic person doesn't see their own fault. And even if they do, they will never admit it because it will crumble the little world that they built. In healthy relationships, conflict actually invites dialogue, understanding, not self-erasure. And finally, number 9, the idea of life without them feels unsafe. Even if the relationship hurts, leaving feels absolutely terrifying. For example, you may feel like you will collapse without them. They seem to be the only medicine to your difficulties, to your struggle, to this pain that you're going through. And they trained you to be that, to depend on them so hard. So you feel like you lose your identity, your direction, or sense of self without them. That's how strong it is. And it also could be because you are fearing that they will collapse without you. They are being very dramatic about what will happen if you leave. Especially the covert kind of toxic person. So you are worried that your own guilt will eat you up if you leave and something will happen to them. But that doesn't mean they were the one, that they are the love of your life. That means your nervous system became attached to the bond itself, not the person. Now, these were the 9 patterns that you can recognize the trauma bond through. And that might have stirred some emotions in you, maybe some validation. But I want to offer a gentle reframe of the subject. If you did recognize yourself in any of these patterns, please hear this. You did not imagine the connection, okay? You didn't fake the feelings. You weren't foolish for staying. Your body was just doing what it learned to do to survive. And the fact that you're seeing this now tells me something important. Your system is waking up. That's brilliant. That is brilliant. To ease into this new knowledge, to ease into this emotion that might have been stirred within you, let's take a moment together because I want to leave you with something for this week that will help you stabilize, that will help you find gentleness and self-compassion. Let's take a moment together. If it feels safe, close your eyes. Place one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly, and slow inhale through the nose and longer exhale through the mouth. And gently repeat. You can do it silently or out loud, whatever works for you now. I am allowed to choose safety. I am allowed to choose peace. Love does not require my suffering. My body is learning a new way of being. I am not behind. I am becoming. You can pause the video here and stay for a few breaths. Yeah? Let your shoulders soften. Let your jaw unclench. Often this is where our tension is being stored. Take a pause if you need to. And we'll just dive into the final part. I feel like what we've discussed is some powerful knowledge, and I hope it gives you validation, tools, direction, and a lot of self-compassion and self-love, that you didn't imagine anything, and that you are also in the right place, that you were meant to find this out so you can reclaim your life. If this video has stirred emotions, that is okay. Awareness does not mean action has to happen today. Let's remember that. Do what you need to do for yourself. Okay? Healing happens in layers, and you're already doing it just by listening, noticing, and staying present. You are welcome here exactly as you are. You don't need to be stronger or wiser or more healed to belong. Thank you for being here. I honor you. I honor your courage. I honor the self-love that you have. Because even trying to find out what happened to you is a sign of self-love. I hope I see you next Sunday. Take good care. And take care of your heart. For me, okay? Especially for yourself. Take care of your heart. Be gentle to it.